pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you would please call roll.
Luter,
Yes.
Perry, Barron, Braverman. Here. Klein,
Here.
Bilski,
Here.
Duber.
Can I have a motion to excuse Councilmember Ron Barron from the meeting tonight?
Moved. Second.
Thank you. If you'd call roll.
Schuffer,
Yes.
Braverman,
Yes.
Klein, Bilski,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes, and can I have a motion to excuse Councilmember Lisa Perry from the meeting tonight as well? I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. On that, please.
Luter,
Yes.
Braverman, Klein, Bilski,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. And can I have a motion to appoint Pradeep Kamat as a member to the Orange Village Tax Incentive Review Council for a term ending December 31st, 2019?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion at all? All right. Call roll, please.
Yes.
Braverman,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
Duber.
Yes. Mr. Comet, we're going to have you come up in a second to get sworn in, but we're going to do them both at the same time, so just hang on one second. And can I have a motion to appoint Brent Silver to the Orange Village Tax Incentive Review Council for a term ending December 31st, 2020? I'll make a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All right, if you call roll, please.
Luter, Braverman,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes. Yes.
Duber.
Yes, if you both want to come up and you can get sworn in.
Come on, right here. By yourself?
Hey, that's all we're asking.
Ready? I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
Constitution of the State of Ohio.
The rules and regulations.
Maybe behind the snorkel over there.
Orange Village.
And Charter of Orange Village.
And that I will faithfully,
And I will faithfully,
honestly, and impartially
honestly, and impartially
discharge my duties
discharge my
as Orange Village Tax Incentive Review Council member.
as Orange Village Tax Incentive Review Council
Orange Village,
of Orange Village,
State of Ohio,
State of Ohio,
during my continuance in said office.
during continuance in state office.
So much. Get you a suitable for framing copy.
Thanks.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Pradeep.
Congratulations. Oh, there, all the way over there by himself. Nope, this is yours.
When I get 3 votes, then?
No, I'm sorry, Orange Hill.
And moving on, can I have a motion to approve the special council meeting minutes of February 6, 2019?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second? I'll second it. Anybody have any comments? If not, if you would call roll, please.
Luter,
Yes.
Braverman,
Yes.
Yes.
Bilski,
Yes.
And can I have a motion to approve the treasurer's report of fiscal year 2018 through December? Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Dana, if you would, please.
Report as of December 31st, 2018, our bank accounts, we had $9,640,631.86, and it was broken out into all of our different bank accounts. The next document that you have is your summary of monthly and year-to-date activity through December. So this was our last one for the year, so showed we brought in over almost 14.5 million in revenue for the year, and we spent 8.3. for the year. You might see some negatives in the December. That was just doing our annual reclassifications, getting ready for the year end, so that our year-end numbers were correct. And then at the bottom, I have 2 notes there for the prior period adjustments, number 1 and number 2. And those were some prior period adjustments. The first one, number 1, that was done was to clean up some reconciliations between bank accounts and fund accounts. And the second one was having to do with the rec trail costs from prior years, reallocating those funds between the general fund and Fund 401 for those expenses prior to us getting the borrowings this year.
Where our funds are, as opposed to where they might be.
I'm sorry?
Investment? Security, so that's,
Those have all been reviewed, the best we can do, or sense of confidence?
We've been getting around 3% in interest, 2.89, I think, was our estimate, compared to 0.02 and 0.03 earlier this year. So
a lot of choices of where we can put the money.
We have certain limitations.
they're primarily CDs in the investment account, plus we have Star Ohio, and we have, and that's earning about 2.5–3% as well. So but we generated, I think, over 50,000, I think, in interest this year. I can get that number for you to tell you what we've collected for the year. And then the last document that you have is the revenue and expenditure report. We're at 100% of the year. So I gave you the breakdown of revenues and expenditures by the line items for 2008 and comparative to 2007. And I did it for all funds since it was the end of the year. I'll entertain any questions if you have about the information versus me going through, unless you would prefer.
17 and 18.
I'm sorry.
18, yeah.
What did I say?
7 and 8.
Excuse me, sorry, 2018 compared to 2017.
That makes more sense.
It does make more sense, doesn't it?
How dare you?
Was there anything you didn't expect? Was there any decrease or increase that you didn't expect?
No, there was, under the revenue, I can do the general fund for you if you'd like. Under the revenue, we have an increase in property tax revenues over last year, and that makes sense with the development of Pinecrest. Miscellaneous income, you had the sale of Lander.
Way to copy this next time. That it's like one way and then just. Oh.
Under building and land on page 2, which is Department 5016, there was a decrease of about 267. That was because last year we had the playground included in those expenditures.
It's nice to be net $5 million.
On the bottom of the page 2, the IT technology department, there was an increase of about 87,000. That was for updating of Pinecrest and replacements of computers.
Look at the mic.
And that was pretty much it for the general fund.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions or comments? All right, thank you. Don't go too far.
Yes.
Braverman. Klein.
Yes.
Bilski.
Yes.
And can I have a motion to approve the tax administrator's report, January 31st, 2019?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
I have some good news on the tax administrator report from the Pinecrest development. Our revenues for January were about $51,000 for Pinecrest compared to the same time last year when we were under 30. So there's around a $20,000 increase. It looks like into the later part of our collections that will be showing up in February, we are seeing some additional revenue for those that were quarterly payers that are now just paying their taxes. So I think we're turning the corner there. In addition, on January 2019, we've collected 392. We're down about 55,000 compared to where we were in 2018. And that's primarily on the Orange Village side. And that looks, when I went back and looked at the analysis of it, and it looks like a lot of that had to do with like estimated taxes on individuals, that it looks like they didn't have those same estimated taxes this year. Compared to where we are on the budget for 2019 at the bottom, I took our annual budget, divided it by 12, and we're on target. We're slightly higher than our budget for the month. I did meet with representatives of the Ohio Department of Taxation. I did meet with representatives from RITA, and we did review the reports. We are working with the finder, getting that updated. I got a phone call from the Ohio Department of Administrative Services, which is in charge of the finder application or contract with their subcontractors. So we're kind of working out all the kinks that we have in terms of the Pinecrest addresses, getting those corrected. So after we see where we are in February, then I'm going to readdress everything with Rita and see where we stand on everything.
Orange Village portion again, why that's so much lower?
Yes, when I went back and looked at our top taxpayers from this year compared to the same period of time last year, and it looks like a lot of our top taxpayers were individuals that had paid like an estimated tax, and it could be either a timing of the tax or whether they paid huge estimates last year that they didn't need to this year, or there's a timing they haven't paid those yet. So I won't really know until I see next month whether that carries through.
So is that the difference mostly is the highest taxpayers?
Repeat the question?
Is that mostly the difference, that makes up the difference there, just the highest taxpayers?
It's not illogical, because if you think about it, it's the first year of the new tax code, and you are limited on your state and local tax deductions. So when people would rush to pay their estimates in December, last year, a lot of people who tax strategy probably didn't.
Yeah.
That's all my questions.
Do you have any input on the audit, the results?
Yes, we had our exit conference today. We're not allowed to talk about it.
We're not?
Fine, we're not allowed to talk about it. I asked, I said, can I report on this again?
It's confidential until it's been released, so we had our exit conference and discussed some things, and we're still working out some information and how to report certain information, and until that's all,
Serious.
Can't say anything good, bad, or indifferent?
nothing serious.
I think I can say the general principle. There is some transactions that we recorded after coming to council and asking for permission to transfer the money. And apparently, we weren't supposed to ask council to give us permission to transfer the money. The finance department was just supposed to recategorize internally, just make a journal entry and reclassify. I think that's a ridiculous rule, but that's the rule.
So it was just a procedural issue that was questioned? Nothing fiscal?
I can't talk about it.
Okay.
They said if we needed to discuss it, we could go into executive session to
Oh.
discuss it until it's been released. So that's it.
We'll have an unqualified opinion. Which is what you want.
Which is what you want.
Yeah, sounds bad, but
Any other questions, comments?
Any updates on the admission tax collection for the businesses at Pinecrest?
The admissions tax, we did receive funds from the cinema. They are working on their back taxes, so we've gotten 4 months' worth, so I think they are through August, and every month they've been paying 2 months at a time to get caught up.
End up so far back?
They, Sorry?
Don't discuss individual taxpayers.
I'm sorry. We're working with the residents in Pinecrest, the businesses there, to get taxes. We are starting to collect some, and we're working with the others.
Okay.
all I can tell you is great having Dave.
Why is that
I've retired from
State law.
Okay, that's a good reason. Noted. Okay. Any other comments? All right, thank you. If you'd call roll, please.
Luder?
Yes.
Braverman? Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Moving on to discussion of the bills to be paid for the month of February for the amount of $147,348.54. Additional payment expenses in the amount of $65,006.02.
Again, I want to point out that for the month, I don't think we've seen one this low, but the general fund was 44,000. We've been really processing a lot of the trust and agency funds on a routine basis. Any questions?
Just curious about, in other words, the road salt bill came through. Pay it, of course, but I'm assuming that we're going to have a net excess through next year. I mean, does it store much depreciation, shall we say, or do we lose any of it?
We're filled to the door. I got 200 tons I have to buy.
Have to buy?
You have to buy the minimum.
You're obligated by contract to buy a minimum.
Where are we going to put that?
Will be in
Well, I don't think it's done snowing.
not over.
Yes, it is, as of today.
Any other comments on the bills, questions on the bills?
I did have one other question.
Please ask.
The Walter Drain work, what work are we having them do now? Are they doing hard copy?
Well, I don't think we get many hard copies anymore, and I don't know how many.
Yeah.
Oh, how many?
Get a few, I think like 6 or 8 hard copies.
Buy it on the, and host it on the internet, right?
Anything else? All right, moving on to audience comments relating to agenda items only. Any audience comments?
Was?
Okay. Moving on to old business, pending legislation motions, ordinance 2018-49, and ordinance accepting certain public improvements for Orange Place south of Harvard and related improvements. This is on for third reading. Anybody like to make a motion? I will. Is there a second? Second. Thank you. Any changes from last reading? No. Okay. Anybody have comments, questions? All right, if you call roll, please.
Cluter?
Yes.
Braverman?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Duber?
The ordinance 2019-2, an ordinance providing a fee for connecting directly or indirectly with a water main located in the Hidden Valley Drive right-of-way, providing a penalty for violating this ordinance, and declaring an emergency. This is on for third reading. Again, anything from,
Change that at all?
No.
Didn't change any of the numbers?
all right. All right, if you would call roll, please.
On 2019-2, are we on?
On two.
I missed, I'm sorry, who? I want to know who made the motion,
I made the motion.
and who's second?
Mr. Klein?
Sorry, Cluter?
Yes.
Braverman?
Yes.
Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Duber?
Yes. Moving on to ordinance 2019-4, an ordinance to adopt the solid waste management plan for the Cuyahoga County Solid Waste Management District. This is on for second reading. Any other comments from last time? Anyone? I don't think anything's changed. All right, well, again, there's no reason, Bob, there's no reason to pass this tonight, right? No. No? Okay.
Five's not up.
Yep. To ordinance 2019-6, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to execute the First Amendment to the traffic control and landscaping easement between Orange Village and Pinecrest Project Partners LLC. This is on for second reading. Did this go to planning? No, this didn't have to. Okay. No changes from last time on this? Okay. Anybody have comments, questions? And moving on to ordinance 2019-8, an ordinance amending section 107.03 surplus property of the codified ordinances of Orange Village to modify the process by which the village will dispose of surplus property. This is on for second reading.
Council?
It's under $1,000.
Yeah. Right.
Each item, or if it's like a group of items that are all substantially similar, I think is the general gist of this. All right, anybody have comments on it? Questions, concerns? Okay. Moving on to audience comments relating to matters which advance the good of the village. You sure? All right. Committee reports and comments by council members. Mr. Braverman.
This evening, thank you.
Mr. Bilski.
I have nothing.
Mr. Klein.
Just one brief comment. I had a paper accepted for the U.S. Green Building Council Design Columbus Conference to talk about Orange Village's Orange Goes Green program. So I'm doing a presentation in Columbus the end of April.
I talked about it today with the head of sustainability of town, Michael Lee. And he said he copied our solar panel ordinance.
Anything else? All right,
Nothing further.
thank you. Ms. Cluter?
Mayor Mooney update, is it the same as it was last week?
I have nothing to report since last week. I did confirm that what I answered about Mayor Horlick was right. I saw him today and asked him, and
What are they doing? What is Beechwood doing exactly? Are they just,
They are letting the process play out a little bit for another month or two, and then if there's compliance, that's one thing, and if not, then they'll probably pass it to everyone.
okay. So in the meantime,
I don't know, I haven't asked the building commissioner. They met a few times, so and if you drive by it, oh my,
oh no, it's cleaned up.
it's always been.
No, it's cleaned up. It is, yes. I just wondered whether we were going to keep it, or Beechwood was going to keep it, or is it just?
It's coming to Orange.
Yeah, Beechwood's not gonna, it's not going over to Beechwood.
You don't think?
No.
No, okay. Just wondered.
It either comes to us or remains as is.
Yeah, okay. And I ask you this from time to time again, the Weintraub property, and you keep on saying, yes, people are coming, or whatever.
The latest news is the price has been dropped and there's nothing in the hopper right now.
Really? I don't believe that exactly.
That's what I know.
But
I've had that conversation as well with the realtor.
I just wondered.
There was
I can't see that valuable land.
somebody, and that person has left.
There's a problem again on my street with dogs and feces. And one of the people who are involved, we've had problems with this family before, and they own two huge dogs. One is half husky, half wolf, and the other one is a shepherd. Yes, he's hiding.
No, he's just barricading himself.
Yeah, he has. And the family was taken to court a couple of years ago because the dogs tangled with two small dogs, and they almost got nailed. They were going to lose the dogs. Somehow there was something to do with the way our legislation was written, our ordinance was written, that they were allowed to keep the pets with provisos. They had to be strict, they had to be confined. Well, they've got bolder, the owners of the dogs, and now wandering around the streets letting the dogs defecate everywhere, and they're just not doing anything about it. And today there was a new game. They're getting ahead of people with small dogs and sort of staking them out, playing them out. I asked Anna if she would give me the ordinance for the removal of dog feces. And if I'm able to, I'd like to just stuff it in the mailboxes of everybody who owns a dog on my street to make sure they're in compliance. Is that okay? Can I do that or no?
I wouldn't put it in the mailbox.
In the plain dealer box. Is that okay? I can do that. Okay. I just wanted to know. Because, I mean, most of the people are good, but there's this family, it's starting up again. It's been quiet for a while. And short of my having...
Oh, it came from you?
Oh, of course. So I saw this whole episode happen. It was on my... And I said, you have to pick up the waste, and they ignore me. But they're playing a game again, and it's very frustrating to... most of us got little dogs, and you can't believe this one animal. It's unreal. I think the chief may have seen it. It's got the face of a wolf, big white wolf face, and the body is husky, big, scary. And then they've got a shepherd, so yeah. So I just wondered if I was permitted to put this in the plain dealer box, you know, is that okay? Okay, and what was the other thing? Oh yeah, what do we do if he's gaining more courage and allowing himself to walk all over the neighborhood with these two animals, and they're growling and they're getting kind of offensive towards small dogs, then what? Unless the dogs are actually attacked and we have to go to court again, where do I go with that one?
I would always call the police department. There is a thing known as menacing,
Okay,
and I'm looking to see if that's covered in the,
I read it, but I didn't sort of make any head or tail.
Rule, basically?
state law does, yeah.
Just don't bite the dog.
Oh, you should see it. It's scary. It's very frightening. Yeah, okay. And I think that's all I have. Yes, ma'am.
Whatever happened, you asked me about meeting with your street neighbors.
Oh,
You did a bunch of research.
No, my neighbor, I haven't heard back from my neighbor Joanne, but I appreciate that. I don't know what's happened to her. She may not have been well. I don't know. I'll try again, though. I follow through on it. Thank you. No, I know. Thank you. Appreciate that. And thank you to Mr. Zugan. And that's all I have. Thank you.
I just want to advise council that I will not be at the council meeting on March the 6th. For the first time since I became a certified public accountant 37 years ago, I am taking a spring break. First time ever, huh?
Florida?
Disney World, with my intimate 11, yeah. If everybody will indulge me for a moment, please, I do believe that in our audience tonight, we do have someone who's very special and is about to have a very special occasion. Is Samuel Carl Bilski here?
Oh, poor Sam.
The office of the mayor is proclaiming the 11th of Adar 1, 5779, to be Samuel Carl Bilski Day in Orange Village. Whereas Mr. Samuel Carl Bilski has undertaken extensive study of Jewish traditions and Torah, and whereas Samuel Carl Bilski will become a bar mitzvah on the 11th day of Adar 1, 5779, which is February 16th, 2019, at Fairmont Temple in Beechwood, Ohio. And whereas Samuel Carl Bilski lives in Orange Village with parents Scott and Amy and brother Justin. And whereas Samuel Carl is named for his paternal great-great-grandfather, Samuel Bilski, his maternal great-grandfather, Sam Lipton, and his paternal great-grandfather, Carl Rosenberg. And whereas Samuel is in the 7th grade at Brady Middle School, and whereas Samuel loves skiing, baseball, attending Indian games, and visiting other Major League Baseball parks, and playing the clarinet. And whereas Samuel and his friends whereas Samuel loves attending Camp Wise each summer, and whereas Samuel and his friends began a kindness club at their school, and for his mitzvah project, Samuel is volunteering at the Greater Cleveland Food Bank. And it is, whereas Mayor Kathy Mulcahy is pleased to share his joy and celebrate his accomplishments on this special day, we do hereby proclaim and declare the pride and yashakor of our community. And I have affixed my signature to this sealed proclamation and have fun at pinstripes. You want to come get this, Sam?
The first. Look at his face, it's all lit up, it's cute.
Congratulations on that. That's pretty cool.
What's his Parsha?
Have any comments? I don't believe, so.
Scarlett.
Scarlett is wonderful. Like her.
Warranty period's almost over.
Do you get a proclamation too now? Do we give her one?
We need to accumulate a little more information to talk
Only in
about.
13 years, she can try to,
Wait for a bat mitzvah.
but no, she's great. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
Thank you. If you call roll, please.
Fluter? Klein?
Yes.
Bilski?
Yes.
Stuber?
Yes.
We ended before we ordinarily started. I need the three of you.